Make it up for lost time and always ready to have a little bit of fun. Greetings, good evening, how you doing? Hybrid episode, Beyond Ringside Back to Basics and Beyond Ringside Live on this Tuesday night, March 28th, 5 minutes after the top of the hour. Yours truly, the somewhat infirmed, if you will, and actually some people say rather than infirmed, I should have been committed a long time ago. Fast Eddie Layne, or today would be definitely moderately rapid after the trip to the doctor's office. Like to welcome in tag team partners, you know them, you love them, from Beyond Ringside Live, the incomparable Mark MaBo Bowman.
Tell you right now, don't order pizza when you're tired, and then Merida from Brave when her ugly Down syndrome sister brings you the pizza, because you'll end up giving her a freaking $14 tip, not even thinking about it, and then the damn computer, when you want wings, gives you fried apple pie. I don't know what the hell that's up with. So my pizza going experience was not pleasant today, so I'm a little cranky.
And the person who deserves a $100 tip off a stick of bubble gum because he's that damn good. Brooks Logan, welcome in.
Ooh, what an introduction. What day is it? How am I getting bumped from a Sunday to a Tuesday? What is going on in Beyond Ringside World?
Actually, we bumped everything from Sunday to Tuesday this week. It wasn't you, it was all of us.
No, I'm not worried about everybody else.
There you go.
You caught that or not. It's all about me.
All about me, all about the heel section, all about DXL. And folks, real quick, before we get into it, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in this evening live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network, ProWrestlingRadio.net, the Beyond Ringside Radio app for Amazon, Android, and BlackBerry. And talks have restarted finally. I blame myself, but talks have been restarted to try to gain Apple into the family. So, but of course, right now there's 16 different apps in which you can listen to the station full time. RadioGuide.fm, Lord. So I would need my list in front of me. Also, don't forget the TuneIn Radio app, cross-platform. A lot of our Apple listeners come in through TuneIn Radio. And, of course, on the replay side of life, you've got about 11 different ways to catch us, including the shows tab on iHeartRadio. Real quick, made the comment earlier last week that the Beyond Ringside family of shows was going to be very well represented this past Saturday night in Pell City, Alabama for the Global Championship Wrestling Live event. Of course, yours truly back behind the microphone, the Wicked Nemesis from the To Be Determined show, of course, managing the new GCW Tag Team Champions and the winners of the JYD Memorial Tag Tournament. Of course, was tremendous to be able to see, of course, the SS Schmidtke. Of course, he's a mainstay there. Mark MaBo Bowman, Adam 2 Tons of Agony Coffee, able to make it there. Brooks Logan spearheading the heel section. And just absolutely tremendous to have the family there this past Saturday night. Guys, I'm glad y'all could make it. And let there be no doubt, DXL and heel section references are slid into the commentary as well. Question is, did you have a good time? Bowman? He's probably still trying to order the boneless wings. And he was worried
terrible time.
He said before we went on air he was due for his phone to fritz out. While we work on trying to get that reestablished, Mark, just say something whenever you get a chance to, and we'll make sure to patch you all the way back in. Brooks, did you have a good time?
Man, you know I always have a good time wherever I'm at, brother. Had a few special guests. Now people are probably regretting things they asked for, but band got back together. Of course we had a good time. We always have a good time, Eddie.
Well, coming out of this past Saturday night, like I said, old friends, longtime friends, and extended family managed to make their way back in for the live event. We have, in the world of Global Championship Wrestling, a brand new middleweight champion in the role of P-Dog Mike Posey. For him, kind of takes it full circle because he was the first GCW television champion, and the TV title evolved into the middleweight title. We have a new ladies champion in the role of Stormy Lee. And from there, we have new tag team champions, as stated, the Heathens, O'Hagan and Logan Creed. And, of course, a new heavyweight champion for, I believe, the 5th time, Micah Taylor. Tell you what, I'm going to do some surgery on air, so I'm going to try to get Bowman back in the hard way. So, MaBo, if you can hear me, we're going to try this live with the best of modern digital technology. Because for some reason, Skype is not letting me do things the way that they're supposed to do it. All I can say, the best of
Hello?
my... Okay, there you are.
Hell, I've been trying to call twice.
That's why I was having the same trouble getting you in board the same way that I was having trouble getting Brooks on board pre-show. For some reason, Skype is not playing nice. That's why I was trying to call you back.
Oh, good Lord. Are we on the air?
Yes, we're live. Now I'll ask you again,
Dang
did you
it.
have a good time?
And like I said before, no.
Of course. He is the bitter wrestling fan, kids. Not always.
I'm not bitter. It's just... No.
Went a long way for that one, and you saw how that one worked out. Now,
How the hell you didn't have a good time? Can I let me make reference to this, and my calculations could be incorrect, but I believe every match was won by a heel except the main event. Is that any coincidence? Heel Nation back in full force, and heels win majority of the matches at GCW? I think not.
MaBo, want to weigh in on that one?
You'd have to talk to the pencil about that.
Talk to what? Oh, the pencil. Okay.
You got to talk to the pencil about
Funny.
that. I respect you, Booker man.
Cos, come on in, Cos, come on in. They called for you.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, you know, Cos started the heel section from what I heard.
Oh,
That's
boy.
what I heard too.
That's what I heard. And everybody goes to GCW for Peanut.
Shoot me on that
Forget
one.
that it's forget that it's wrestling. Good Lord, can we just go ahead and talk about Cashew Carla? Because I thought, there was no other like Peanut until Cashew Carla and her pubified hair.
But she had that perm rocking.
Oh my
was
God, that perm was tighter than a dadgum Catholic schoolgirl virgin's legs.
Sure. was. Brother, she was lit from opening bell to closing bell. She was all night long.
And panties were full of dust for the dadgum faces.
Okay. Damn. Folks.
My goodness, when less talented Ace Haven came out there, what were you guys calling him, Y2J?
Young Lionheart.
Young
Yeah.
Lionheart, yeah.
Yeah. See, kids, that's what happens when Ace Haven eats a meal. He becomes
Damn.
old Chucky Sanders.
Chuck.
Now, okay, I know you're not going to give him his due on this one. Brooks, you might because you've seen him a couple of times. Charles Sanders has made a lot of tremendous... I mean, the kid's got talent. He's got skills, good ring awareness, and he keeps getting better every match. The match between him and Mike Posey this past weekend for the middleweight title, that one I will put on the record books as one of the better matches probably, and it's just March. We're just now wrapping up March. They had a good chemistry between them. The match went back and forth. It did everything it was supposed to do, and they were absolutely on fire. And like I said, I know Bowman's probably going to disagree just because he can. Brooks, would you have a tendency to agree or disagree?
I'll agree with you, but the young man better learn to start taking some critiquing. Some back and forth went on via Facebook, and he didn't take too kindly to some friendly criticism was all it was. Constructive criticism.
Oh, you think you
that
get
me and a few friends gave him.
You think you
And
got
he-
under
he
his
did.
hairline? Wait till you should have been around the first time Wicked Nemesis looked him in the eye and said, "Learn to cut a promo, kid."
He's got a lot of
That's how you
learning.
cut a promo, Charles Sanders.
Chuck's got a lot of learning to do. I've only seen him twice, and he's improved from last month. He's a good-looking kid, young man, but he's got a lot to learn still, and it'll come. He's got talent. I'm not going to disagree. But learn to take some constructive criticism. Don't get butt hurt. Just say, hey guys, maybe just because you're a bunch of marks sitting out that paid their ticket to watch him, according to him, doesn't mean we don't know a thing or two.
He also doesn't know y'all. Now, let me
Well,
go.
it don't matter. It don't matter, Eddie.
Let me cut in for a second, and MaBo's probably going to sit back and say, Eddie, there's some things you do not say on air. Well, guess what? I say everything on air. I don't give a damn. For me, it's very
Actually, you don't speak for MaBo, so don't be saying MaBo would say this. So
MaBo would disagree with me just because he can. Because MaBo loves to disagree with
what
me.
he wants.
Say what?
MaBo does whatever he wants.
There you go. For those who live outside of our demographic or geographic region, there is a group that I have come to know and love. These guys are abso-freaking-lutely awesome. And they are known as the heel section. They enjoy what they call wrestling season, which for some of us is year-round. For them, it comes and goes. It's like spur of the moment. It's wrestling season, let's go. And it is people like Brooks Logan, Clay Burton, Josh Hand, Wallace Wad, and some others who have come and gone. And the fun part about it is they have fun at the shows, and to me, that's what it's all about. And they're not afraid to stir up a little bit of dust on social media or on message boards.
Well, I do have a question. Hold on, before you continue, I have a question. Brooks, is his real name Wally Wad for real? You don't have to give me his real name.
Who, Wally?
Is his real name Wally Wad?
No, it's Wallace.
Yes, Sir Wallace of Wad.
Thank you.
That's him.
It is actually, that is how you pronounce that's his last name.
Yes, W-H-W-A-H-D, Wad.
Old Irish dialect.
I swear to you on everything, I thought that was a gimmick name.
I mean, some of the other faces and names that have been in and out, and some are still consistent, like Charlie Baker, Robert Cosper, Drew Wojcik, just depending on exactly where they're going and who all is able to make the ride. But like I said, that core group is there. And I consider all of them to be good friends because, look, we've had a chance to talk, we've drank, we've broken bread, all of the above. And the thing about it is I love their passion for this business. A babyface has to go above and beyond to really impress them, but by the same token, they hold the feet of a heel to the fire too. They are brutally honest all the way across the board, but here's the fun part. They have fun while they're doing it. We can never take this ish way too seriously. Why? Because it's meant to be an escape for all of us. Whether we're working the show, whether we're in the stands, at the front door, the concession stand, selling merch, ring crew, AV setup, it's supposed to be fun in the end, so to speak. I got to watch how I use that phrase. Maybe it'll come back on me in a heartbeat. When it's all said and done, it's supposed to be fun. So for those who have had encounters like Charles with the heel section, I'm just going to go and say this right now. Dude, don't get into a verbal firefight with them because they will dissect you at the drop of a hat. Love you, Charles, but it's true.
Oh, we were waiting on, we had a hundo to spend on Big K Holmes's 8x10s. We were fresh out of toilet paper. And looks like he didn't get booked.
No Show Jones.
I know. Black Mason Fury.
Now, for what I have just said about the heel section, the same thing can be said about DXL. Long before there was the clothing store, there was DXL. AAA and the Heartburn Kid. They share the same traits as the heel section. They're out to have fun. They are longtime fans of this industry, and one of them works in this business as an announcer and a commentator sometimes.
When?
Shut up. And
by the way, for you to work, don't you have to get paid?
You didn't get paid?
There's been a couple of promoters that stiffed me.
Did you get a hot dog, a handshake, and a Coke?
I didn't even get that.
I'd be going back and whip some ass. I'm sorry.
Welcome to
I would, but this guy isn't booked in GCW anymore.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the business, kid.
Yeah, really.
That ain't that. It ain't that. Just saying.
But like I said, for everything that I just said about the heel section, the same can be said about DXL. And the fact of the matter is, we all realize it's supposed to be fun. Don't take this world too seriously. And I made the comment.
Well, no, it's hold on. It's supposed to be fun until a few things happen. One, hillbillies make sure they put their hands on friends of mine. Fun until that. Fun until the elderly get out of control and stomp across your feet trying to yell at somebody, and they don't care because they think they're untouchable, when in fact I will knock their old asses out. And it's also fun when bubble corns show up. Brooks knows what I'm talking about with the bubble corn.
Jesus, don't.
Oh,
Please.
I wanted to lick it.
But Eddie, I'd like to thank you for that. That was so eloquently put. Hey, we're not out to take attention away from the guys. We're not out. We're out to do exactly what you said. Just have fun. Events that transpired on yesterday were probably done in the wrong place. Somebody's personal page where they post, probably not the time or place to do that. I won't be participating in that no more. I wish the message board was still alive, but of course it's not. I don't know why. I wouldn't have a clue as to why that's shut down. But yeah, it's all in good fun. That's all it is. If your feelings get hurt in the process, I'm sorry. Sticking your skin up, kid. If you're going to be in this business, like you said, we're brutally honest. We don't lie very much.
And I kind of want to tack on to what Brooks is saying, because it wasn't just what transpired on the message boards. Good God, on the personal page with old Charlie Z there, or is he cool and spell it with an X? I'm not sure, but also Tunzi and I, taking our jabs at Blue Light Special Big K Holmes. He seems to get a little butthurt at times. And I noticed, what was old girl's name that we kept saying was unbelievable?
Which one?
Asia Pereira.
Aja.
Yeah. She seemed to get a little, discount Cameron there. She seemed to get a little perturbed when we were giving it to her.
Giggity. Let me offer a piece of advice for any of you workers, where any member of DXL or the Hill section are in attendance. Do not. My best advice to you guys would be to act like we're not even there. If you show us just a speck that we're getting under your skin,
It's on.
then we're coming full force, and we're not going to stop.
Sharks.
Exactly. I mean, you notice the reason why we don't go after guys like Prowler or Mudbone or O'Hagan. It's because they know that we're out there having fun. They're just like, okay, whatever. At least they know that if we're running our mouths, we're trying to do it in a fun, jovial, and humorous fashion.
Right.
Or, like the British people say, taking the piss out of them. And we're not going to sit there and try to attack them, like some people do. We try to sit there and just have fun with them.
Well, for a little while, and I have to say that I would probably be of that ilk that would be a little bit gun shy, especially after Billy Joe Bob, sister, cousin, brother, uncle, tried to basically walk into the realm of the physical last month against Wicked Nemesis. Now, granted, he was trying to get Wick's attention, and boy, he got it. But it comes back to the simple fact of life. Please understand and respect the fact there are boundary lines at any show you go to. I don't care if it's mixed martial arts, pro wrestling, boxing, amateur wrestling, baseball, football, basketball, apple pie, Chevrolet, doesn't matter. Unless a hand is extended for you to shake or arm extended for you to hug. If we're in the middle of a show, don't try to touch. Because sometimes that touch in the heat of the moment, because I can speak for a lot of us on this one. When we're in the middle, beginning, middle, or especially near the end of a match, emotions are running high. And here goes that little curtain thing for a hot second that Wick likes to take credit for. And but the short version is, regardless of what you might think, we are psychologically and emotionally invested in what is happening at that moment for you, the fans, the people who spend your hard-earned money to come buy tickets for these events, to try to breach the realm of the physical, especially for those who are classified as heels, antagonists, rule breakers, rudos, however you want to term it. We are that much more intense in the moment. And physical contact at the wrong time can make us feel like there's an attack going on, and a response will be delegated in no short order. So after the match, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, go ahead. You can finish up.
After things are over with, that's one thing. But in the heat of the moment, exercise discretion and caution. Always err on the side of caution. It's a smart thing to do. MaBo?
Well, I mean, and Brooks, if you've got, I'm thinking in my nose. Oh, crusty boy. And Brooks, if you've got, I mean, I don't know if you have a story or anything, an anecdote to share, but there was a few times with the old group that I used to hang out with. They, that we got under certain people's skin enough to where the entire locker room came out, and we were told, take a swing, put our hand over the guardrail, and we were going to receive a beating and get thrown in jail. We weren't that stupid. We were there just to have fun. And, if it agitated them, then that's, I know this is going to sound kind of weird, but I often wonder when, people are going through training, and they have training schools or whatever, why not have somebody sit there? I mean, if, say you're in training or whatever, you guys are going through a match or what have you, just have somebody sit out there and just pick you apart to toughen you up. Because when a rookie walks through those doors, whether he's heel or face, when a rookie walks through the doors of a company for the first time, they're going to get verbally destroyed by those who understand pro wrestling that are out in the crowd. It's baptism by fire. So I just often wonder why wouldn't you have somebody sit out there and scream, "Hey, Y2 gay," or, unbelievable, or what have you? Just to toughen them up. But like I said, I mean, it's to go back to the, heat of the moment, have we brought them to the guardrail wanting to swing on us? Yes. Were we dumb enough to do anything? No. One, you're technically, I mean, when a company's running a building, at least, I mean, I know as far as WWE goes, I don't know how anybody else is classified, but when they're running that building, you're on their property because they're paying for that time.
Private property with controlled access.
Yeah, and I mean, if you do anything, as far as, not TNA, but crossing the line and doing something, you can be, thrown out for trespassing, arrested, whatever. So,
or arrested for assault.
Yeah. So, and even though they're in your face, you don't touch them until they touch you, man.
And even if they do touch you first, you better have video evidence.
Oh yeah, you better have video evidence, because I can guarantee you that nobody in the locker room is going to be like, yeah, we touched them first. And I can almost guarantee you, nobody in the crowd is going to sit there and be like, nope, they touched him first. No. So, like I said, Brooks, I don't know if you've ever had any story like that where you agitated them so bad that they begged you to cross, not just like how the, Dudley boys would agitate people, but where they physically got up in your face and was like, please cross this guardrail. I want to punch you.
Oh, numerous times that's happened to me, not just at GCW, but, plenty of shows I've been to. If I get close enough to that guardrail, then yeah, that's happened a time or two. Also, I shared the story of when GCW ran out of a a local watering hole, and I was bellied up to the dance floor with a few beers, and somebody was spit on during the action, and Mad Dog thought I did it, and clanked 2 beer bottles against my head and poured the beer on my head, and I laughed. Thought it was hilarious, because I know I didn't do it, and I really had no idea what was going on, nor was in a state of mind to know what was going on. But different times. As far as what MaBo just said, though, listen, this is not the 1980s, 70s, where it's clear cut and dry of good guys versus the bad guys. A lot can be said, both positive and negative, as far as what happened when ECW was running. But there was one thing about it, is that their fans let you know, whether you were good, bad, heel, face, whatever, that if you deserved to be in that ring or not. And they were pretty damn good judges of it. That's kind of where I like to put in myself, that I don't care if you're really a good guy or not. If you go out there and you entertain me, I'm going to let you know about it. If you go out and you're terrible, I'm also going to let you know about it. Because this is not Meemaw's wrestling, where it's good guy versus bad guy. You better cheer for the good guy no matter what. It's not like that no more.
No.
Like MaBo said, when you're training, they ought to have 10 or 15 people in there picking you apart, because that's what's going to happen now. Not at every show. There's still a lot of shows that run where it's cut and dry. But if it's a show that I'm in attendance at, sorry, it's not going to be like that.
And
if you do a face plant off the top rope while you're trying to jump, like what happened on Saturday, I'm going to let you know about it. I'm also going to let you know that you did a pretty damn good job for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
Just because you make one mistake, I'm not, cut you off, just completely be done with you as far as being entertained goes. It don't work like that. But brutal honesty is what you're going to get. And I think, in my opinion, if I was a wrestler, that would make me strive to do my absolute 100% best when I went out there, is having somebody like me yelling at me, or a group of me yelling at me, picking me apart, to the point to where I want to show you, I'm going to prove to this group right here and everybody else in this arena of what I can do, of why I decided to be a wrestler, of why the booker has enough faith in me to put me out here in front of a large crowd. Now that's my way of thinking. I could be totally off base. I don't know. I usually am, but that's where I'm at on it.
It is 8:30 Central Daylight Time. You are listening to Beyond Ringside, Back to Basics, and Beyond Ringside Live, the hybrid episode. Fast Eddie Layne, Mark Bowman, Brooks Logan on this Tuesday night affair. Let's go ahead and make a switch transition. By the way, before we do, I want to go ahead and sit back and say, of course, this past Saturday, 4 new champions out of 4 championship matches, to the Heathens, Wick, Brooklyn, to Micah, to Mike Posey, and to Stormy Lee. All the new champions. Congratulations. That's one of the few times in recorded history that every championship changed hands. And here's the funny thing about it, because we talked about this on Shooter's Gallery last week while Shane was able to stay on the line. This is actually back-to-back weeks for me personally, working 2 different shows in 2 different states, 2 different companies, where every championship changed hands. So from that vantage point, I'm just, it's one of those rare moments, like almost the blue moon or the blood moon. But and we've talked about what happened 2 weeks ago at Peach State, and they're going to be back in action on, I believe, the 15th. I think it's the 15th. We'll get back on that. And, of course, Global will be back in action on the 29th. But there is a ton of stuff coming up this weekend. This one's it. WWE calls it the Ultimate Thrill Ride. And if you look at the Central Florida area, the Orlando and surrounding areas, it is going to be a fan's dream week. A lot of the new events that are not WWE are going to start tomorrow, Wednesday the 29th. There are shows, conventions, fan fests that are taking place on Wednesday the 29th, Thursday the 30th. I mean, it's going to be, and then of course, a lot of your major shows, and even some you haven't heard about yet, are going to be running shows on the 30th, 31st, and the 1st. So it's going to be absolute bedlam in and around where WrestleMania is taking place. And I'm glad to hear that it didn't, if it did happen, at least it didn't go public. But I'm glad to hear that the WWE is not trying to set up an injunction to where companies will not run, or they will block companies from running in certain venues on WrestleMania weekend. I think that look, when you're the biggest game in town, you want as much money as you can get. But when your event's a sellout, when Access is a sellout, when NXT is a sellout, when the Hall of Fame ceremony is going to be packed to the rafters, and you can't put any more people in those buildings, this is an opportunity for wrestling fans who aren't going to certain things, like Fan Access or NXT or the Hall of Fame, to take in some faces and names and shows that they've never heard of. And that's why I've learned to love, in and of itself, WrestleMania week. WWE, I'm worried about WrestleMania. I am. Because there's only 3 matches on the card that I'm actually halfway stoked about, or halfway looking forward to. And I know I was going to do this off air. I would sit back and say we can probably do a 1-hour pre-show this coming Sunday if y'all are up for it. I know it's going to have a special start time of 6 p.m. I believe it's 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. So if we do something, it's going to have to be from 4 to 5. And then, of course, they're probably not going to wrap up until 2 o'clock in the morning if last year is any indication. But I want to go ahead and lay a couple of things out there now. It's been posted. Mark and I found it on Lords of Pain, and I'm not sure where everybody else may have found it. Brooks, I don't know if you've seen it or not. But they made the listing is available for what matches are going to be on the pre-show. And lo and behold, let's take a look at this. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is going to feature these stars at this point: Sami Zayn, Mojo Rawley, Apollo Crews, Big Show, Kurt Hawkins, Goldust, R-Truth, Primo, Epico, Curtis Axel, Jinder Mahal, Bo Dallas, and Braun Strowman, with more to be announced. Based on that list right there, Brooks, I'll go to you first. Give me your big 3 for this. Who are the 3 right off the top of your head that you think have a chance at this, that they're going to put over?
Big Show's in it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's definite. Maybe Cruz, and I don't know that list you shot off. I'm not.
What about Strowman?
Yeah, definitely him. Show and Strowman, of course. Like I said, Cruz, but nobody else really jumps out at me. But your final 2 are going to be Strowman and Big Show. Let's go ahead and call that right now.
MaBo?
See, everybody, I was trying to go through the SmackDown that's been posted so far, trying to see if they've added anybody. But I'm sure. The heck was that?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I'm sure like Luke Harper will be added. But I'm going to say, if Luke Harper's added, I could see him. Everybody's thinking Strowman, and I can understand if Strowman wins, but I'm going to go out on a limb, and my solid pick is going to be Big Show for this reason, or those reasons, chocolate reasons. One, he got screwed out of his one-on-one match with Shaquille. 2, why not go ahead and have him pegged as the first ever 2-time Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner? And 3, have him eliminate Strowman. Strowman doesn't really need to win. He's just destroying people left and right anyway. But why not have Big Show eliminate Strowman in the finals as sort of revenge from Strowman eliminating him at the Rumble?
Brooks?
Is Brooks there?
He was. We're doing this live, kids. It happens every time.
Brooks.
We may get him. Try it again, Brooks.
First of all, the ding was my fault. I was sending a message to Eddie, but
Okay.
And then second, I couldn't get my phone off mute because it starts acting crazy when I'm looking at websites. And what am I responding to? That Big Show be the 2-time winner of this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Braun Strowman. Why? I was reading the list and Sami Zayn keeps popping up to me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he is the underdog from the underground, and you know they've been pegging him as the underdog. So I mean,
that just kept popping out to me for some reason. I was reading over the list. I don't know, but
they've made a big deal of him. You know, he had to fight for the spot to get back on there, and all I'm saying is if we get the little man chokes the big man over the top rope like we've gotten with like Big Show and He Who Shall Not Be Named, or like Big Show and Ray or anybody else. If I see Sami Zayn choke Strowman over the top rope to win, I'm just going to be like, nope.
But, you know, it had to be one of the things where either Strowman threw him out or the whole group threw him out. And then also the same with Strowman if he was to be eliminated. I don't know. But to go back to what Eddie said to begin with about him being worried about this WrestleMania, I just read over that whole card. I am too. That's not a strong card in my opinion. But
It's not.
I know we're going match by match, but Jesus Christ, I don't know.
From coming in real quick, for me, my big three very clearly: Mojo Rawley, Big Show, and Braun Strowman.
Boy, you did not just say Mojo.
Yes, I did.
Get off the show.
What?
Get off the show.
Why?
Nope.
Or
You're not.
fire.
You're not. No, you're not allowed to say anything except for the matches, and then you just ask Brooks my opinion. Other than that, you don't get to speak the rest of the night.
I added Big Show and Braun Strowman to that list. I just took them in the order that they were listed on the page. And why not Mojo Rawley? Why not look, him and Ryder were in line for the tag team title run. Why not put Rawley over as the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner?
Because he's a goof.
I thought you liked him.
Boy, ooh, I'm going to slap the out of you.
Also,
never say that. You know I don't like the Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley. I was a football player, and you know I'm gonna be best friends with your football player, your Mojo.
you sound like The Rock during a late years promo. Speaking of shows, pre-show SmackDown Women's Title match is on the pre-show. Mickie James, Carmella, Natalya, Becky Lynch, and Alexa Bliss, with possibly
and hold on, Eddie, and just announced because it just came up. Naomi will be back in time, so add Naomi to that.
Oh, they got a ton more people in the Battle Royal. I just saw the graphic on SmackDown.
Okay, see, that's what I didn't know, but yeah, they just said that Naomi has been added. She will return in time to be in that match as well.
That just totally shifted where I was going to go with my pick. So lo and behold, I'm going to say Naomi's going to get the belt back. They will give her WrestleMania moment on this show. MaBo?
Well, I mean, I'm sure, Joey Lightning will be proud to see his mom back in that match.
Okay.
I'm telling you, he is the child of an Uso, and Naomi have traveled back through time and started wrestling. I mean, look at his butt. You want to tell me that's not a combination of Uso and Naomi? Plus the light-up shoes.
Continue.
Just telling you. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb, and one of two things. Either Alexa Bliss is going to end up somehow keeping it, or I'm going to say Carmella. I'm going to say Carmella, and with the help of old sweet Jimmy Dream there. I think it's going to happen.
Brooks?
I'll go with Al Roker. No, I think I'll go with Becky Lynch. Keeps popping out on there to me. No particular reason, but I could see her going over in that match.
All right, real quick. And a lot of this is going to be cannon fodder, and I don't care who says what. I'm going to see if I can turn the mic around to where I can see this on screen. Fashion Police added. Ascension added. Oh, Lord. Any other time? The Vaudevillains added. Callisto added. We knew about Golden Truth, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, Jinder Mahal, Kurt Hawkins.
What about Ziggler? He's not doing anything.
Ziggler is in there. The Usos are in there.
Oh, the Usos are going to be in the pre-match show thing?
Yep. Rhino and Slater are going to be in there.
Well, so much for the Hardys showing up and challenging for the belts.
Mark Henry has been added. Titus
Well,
O'Neil
was already in there.
Titus O'Neil, Sin Cara, they're both in there. Yeah. American Alpha has been added.
Well, now that they throw Ziggler in there, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If they don't put Luke Harper in there, I'm going to say my top three change to Big Show, Strowman, or Ziggler.
Mine stays the same.
So is Ziggler in?
Yes. Yes, Ziggler is in. He's on the graphic. He's front row left.
When the hell is he going to leave like everybody else that doesn't get used correctly?
He's still getting paid.
According to folks like Cody Rhodes and the Hardys, apparently you can go out and make just as much money doing independent stuff. I don't believe that.
Merch.
Yeah.
Merchandise sales through the roof.
Set you up a Pro Wrestling Tees shop over there at ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yep.
You can bring in a pretty penny.
To say the least.
And then you take the UK bookings. You can make some sick money off the UK bookings.
Japan bookings?
Now I've got to sit back and say, it was supposed to be who that the Hardys were coming after? Wasn't it the Wyatts?
I would have said the Usos.
Why not save that for Tuesday night?
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, like you said, was it you? What was I talking to that said that their contract ends Saturday night with no known non-compete clause?
Right. They did not get an NCA from Ring of Honor, to my knowledge.
Yeah. But somebody I was talking to earlier today, my good friend Jeff, he said, what if at the last minute they pop into the ladder match?
Is there a ladder match?
You haven't seen that. Okay. Last night, everybody kept attacking everybody with a ladder in the tag team.
Oh, tag team. Okay. I'm there.
Yeah, well, they officially added the stipulation to make it a ladder match. So Gallows and Anderson will defend their belts in a ladder match against Shane Zarro and Enzo and Big Cass.
Do me a favor before we touch on that one, and we're about 14 before the top of the hour. Let's take a look at the last match on the pre-show and wonder why it's on the damn pre-show. For the cruiserweight,
oh my God! Right
for the cruiserweight title, the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries, one-on-one challenging the king of the cruiserweights, Neville, title on the line, and this is on the damn pre-show. This is a match that could steal the show 7 days a week, twice on WrestleMania Sunday, and it's been relegated to the pre-show. I'm still at a loss for this one. I mean, I'm gonna be blunt about this. I like Dean Ambrose. Darren Corbin has really stepped it up. And I'm going to get crucified all across the internet for saying that the Intercontinental title match should be on the pre-show. It doesn't draw any interest from me. It honestly doesn't. I would rather see the Cruiserweight title match on the main card because I know these guys are going to pour everything they have into a match that is going to be on the ground, in the air, full speed, 100% motion the entire time. Austin Aries is one of the best in this industry. Neville, freaking awesome. Plain and simple. I would rather have that match on the main card. Now, let's take it around the horn. MaBo, your thoughts first on the match itself and why, and of course, the pre-show travesty.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is going to be a show-stealing match. And, I mean, can you even really call it a pre-show, though? I mean, it's not like, I guess, yes, there are still pay-per-view outlets. But, I mean, everybody, though, pretty much has the network, so I'm confused on that. But, yeah, I don't understand why that of all matches would be, I mean, it's had its build up across both Raw and 205 Live, which I'm surprised they haven't thrown some of the 205 Live guys into the Battle Royal. Because, I mean, I could honestly see Jack Gallagher and his umbrella in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, man, just I was
Akira Tozawa.
that they wouldn't give this. I would open WrestleMania with this match, because you want to talk about setting a tempo.
Yes.
And then sitting there and going, all right, main event roster guys, this is what you got to follow. So, but yeah, that's going to be a hell of a match, and Austin Aries all the way is going to win it, because pretty much when they decided to move him from NXT after his injury to the 205 brand, you knew he was going to get that belt.
Oh yeah,
you knew he was. So,
but now,
yeah, I'm definitely I think it's, yes, like you said, it's a travesty that it's not on the main show, because it's going to just be amazing. But yeah, but regardless, pre-show or not, it's going to turn some heads.
Brooks, your thoughts? Aries Neville.
As far as the match goes, barn burner. Will be everything what we expect. Aries wins. Be a great match. But I guess I'm in the minority, because this doesn't surprise me a bit. Because who still owns WWE? Vince McMahon. As long as he's alive and has any input into this company, these cruiserweights are not going to get the respect they deserve. They're just not. To Vince, it's still a big man's world. It's a big man's show. Let the storytelling bring in the ratings. It doesn't matter how good you can wrestle, how good you can go. If you're guys that are that size, you're not going to get his respect. You're just not. It hasn't happened yet, and we've seen the talent that some of these guys have. And
two exceptions.
The exceptions are made now. Don't get me wrong, because you had Mysterio, you had Guerrero, you had Benoit, you had smaller guys that rose to the top.
Daniel Bryan.
Those are Daniel Bryan. You've got some smaller guys that are up there now. AJ Styles. Those are exceptions to the rule, though. In my opinion, like I said, I could be totally off base with things I say. I usually am. But I think as long as he's around, this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen. We know what type of match we're going to get. He knows what type of match they're going to put on. But I'm sorry, they're just not going to get, as a whole, the respect that that we think they deserve. And that's where I'm at on it.
If there was one match that I wish would get moved from the main card down to, so that Aries Neville could be put onto the main card, and I'm going to get so much crap for this. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice. If this was Miz and Cena one-on-one, I could handle it. Let Maurice and what's-her-name stay in their respective corners for their man. But a mixed tag match. What has Maurice done lately in ring? Not much. Miz has just lit it up all over again. He is a blowtorch for WWE, on the microphone especially. And his work has gotten better in the ring. Nikki Bella, to me, is one of the most irrelevant individuals. And that's all I'm going to say about her. And John Cena doing a mixed tag at Mania? I'm going to put out a $5 bet right now, whoever wants it, that he's going to propose to Nikki after the match.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Let me put shoot or work.
Either.
Oh, well, then I can't take that bet.
Either.
Because if it was real, I'd say hell no, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, I mean, they could, what better way for, a season finale of a Total Bella? No, are they even on Total Divas anymore? And if so, what's the point?
I have
Why
no
are
idea.
they not Total?
I don't watch either show.
But what a way to cap it off. I mean, I know Bree's about to drop her little piglet or whatever, but wait, well, I guess they're vegetarians. I guess she's about to drop her little head of cabbage. So that could be your one season ender, but why not? How perfect would that be for a mid-season finale or season finale? Because I don't even know where they're at their programming, but then the build up to Cena proposing to Nikki at WrestleMania, and then subsequently planning the wedding.
And then why is Al Roker the special guest ring announcer for this one match? Why aren't they announcing special guest ring announcers
for enough people?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. And for those who
I mean, dude, okay, think about this. Remember, celebrities were brought in by the droves back in the day. Now there's going to be 6 musical performers?
Too many.
And I don't know, all those rapper musical dudes, I don't know.
And for me, it's simple. For everybody who wants to jump on Tinashe being the person to sing America the Beautiful at WrestleMania this year, jump off. You may not be a fan of her imaging, but her vocals, you can't argue with. The girl has got an excellent voice. I enjoy a lot of her music, even though a lot of her stuff is really slow R&B, which that is normally kryptonite for me. But, yeah, right, I like Usher too, leave me alone. But I have no qualm whatsoever with Tinashe. Like I said, I'm looking at it from a vocal thing. I'm not always looking at it from the imaging thing, because in the R&B, hip-hop, and rap communities, imaging is done for one particular reason, and that's to draw money. Okay, so she's not, image-wise, the typical person to come in and perform for WWE. But vocally, I think she's going to do a bang-up job. Okay, I'll change that. I think she's going to knock the sumbitch out of the park. I really do. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But guess what? I'm not. Plain and simple.
Wait, the guy from New Japan sings?
Not that one. Have you not seen Tinashe?
Well, who are they?
You're thinking Takahashi.
You said Tanahashi?
You're saying Tanahashi. It's Tinashe.
Oh, I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know how to pronounce it.
Her name's not Japanese. His is. Hers
yes, it is. It's the ace of New Japan, Tanahashi.
Right. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about R&B performer Tinashe.
Oh, never heard of him.
Her.
That's Shantae. I thought she quit singing years ago.
I thought she was dead.
And next thing you know, they're gonna find a way to get Christina Milian into the conversation.
That's Aaliyah, but maybe they got a voice recording of her doing it. That's who he's talking about.
No, it's
Aaliyah.
The dead girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's worm food, for sure.
They found a recording of her?
Yeah. Well, no, she's going to open for The Undertaker. Dead people rising all over the place.
I thought Vince was the only one that ever opened for The Undertaker.
Oh, snap. Because it sure wasn't Brock.
And Shawn Michaels opened for Vince.
Gentlemen, I got to do it as we're headed for the top of the hour. Let me go ahead and get him in, so to speak. Brooks Logan, I'll go to you first. Last call.
Oh, so are we done? Okay.
Are we done? I don't know.
I don't know.
We never know.
I just don't. I'm more exciting on a Tuesday at 8:00 than I am a Sunday at 5:30. But I enjoyed this. This is nice. Like I said, had a great time at the show Saturday, and as usual, nice talking to you guys. I really enjoy it.
You want to lay out social media contacts?
Ain't nobody trying to follow me.
You never know.
I don't even know how to get my accounts anymore. Brooks Logan, I guess, throw it in search if you find it. Good. I'm literally the only Brooks Logan, first name Brooks, last name Logan, probably in this country. So, good luck.
Bowman, I know you don't give out your Twitter anymore, but
Hell no.
okay. And of course, I'll
But, well, hold on. How do you know I don't?
Mark
hold on.
Bowman, last
How do you know I
call.
don't have any kind of shameless plugs?
be okay. Last call, shameless plugs.
Well, I got to pull up the page now.
Hurry.
I'm trying. Okay, it's a little bit personal. This past Friday and then over the weekend, two good friends of mine lost their respective brothers. And if you for some reason, I know it's tax season and we like to throw our money around frivolously. Some people do. Some people pay bills. But if you've got a little extra money, if you can spare it, one of them is, if you go to GoFundMe.com, one of them is Philip Ross Minton, Minton, and it's posted by Jules Minton. And the other, I don't have Paolo's. Anyway, search, I believe it was started by Paolo Burnett for his brother. It goes to help out, the funeral cost, and also any money left over will go to the various charities supported by those two. So I should have had this better prepared. But the iPad's running slow.
Of course.
Too much porn. Oh, and speaking of porn, congratulations to Paige and Alberto El Patron. Getting married tomorrow. Congratulations, kids.
Yes, and the ceremony and the nuptials will both be carried on RedTube.
And Brad Maddox will be doing the photography.
Yeah, now Brooks's was funny. Eddie's, that was just unnecessary. But Brooks's was funny because, man, Brad Maddox, he'll do anything to get that shot, and I guess so will Paige. All over the NXT Women's title.
There you go, that's long story. All right. Gentlemen, I appreciate you both coming on this evening. And like I said, we'll work out the timing as far as Sunday. If y'all are up for it, I'm in. And if all else fails, we'll play it by ear like we always do. Folks, hang tight. We are going to go to the top of the hour break. You are listening to the hybrid episode of Beyond Ringside Live and Back to Basics on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
This is the Cried Wrestler fan, the authority named Wills. It's still on me, damn it. And believe me, you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
I'm Bobby Ches, a three-time world champion, Showtime expert analyst for more than 10 years. You're locked in to the On Ringside.